Hey y'all, I am Tori and welcome back to my channel. This is another depression update. Last time we spoke, I was on Lexapro. I was on Bupropion for a minute and actually like 3 months, and it stopped working pretty significantly. Like, it was, the only effect it was having was it was making me really angry and anxious. And that was after it worked really, really well for like 2.5 months. And then it was just like a hard crash. And then after that, I got on Zoloft, and that was terrible. The month that I was on it, I felt like I lost that month. Like, I was so tired. I didn't feel like I could fully wake up ever. I also felt like people were, like, I felt dumb. Like, I felt like people were explaining things to me a lot more than normally. But then she put me on Lexapro. She is my primary care physician, who I love. She's amazing. I love her. Lexapro was good. It didn't make me sleep all the time like Zoloft did. However, I had hella anxiety, like panic attacks out the wazoo. I'm like a high functioning anxious person. I can be pretty anxious and people don't really know, and I still get all my stuff done, and it's just not really that big of a deal. I mean, it is inside me, it's like turmoil and stuff, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. On Lexapro, I couldn't stop shaking. Like, I had to take my son to urgent care to get a COVID test because he had like a fever and cough, and you know, it's time to go get tested for COVID. Because that's where we are in the world right now. And I could not stop shaking. Like, thank God my boyfriend was there, because he just like totally took charge. But like the entire time I was shaking. That, I mean, I've had to take my son to get tested for COVID 2 other times, so that's not a big deal. I've had to take him to urgent care like so many times. I've also had to take him to the ER before. So it's like, all this stuff like shouldn't, I mean, it really wasn't that big of a deal, but it was like, I was so anxious on the Lexapro and I was just shaking all the time. And so I was on it for 1 week, and I emailed my doctor and I was just like, this is not working very well for me. My panic attacks are off the charts. And she was just like, okay, I'm gonna double the dose, and if you're still experiencing panic attacks, I want you to tell me and we're gonna switch medications. I did, and I told her so. I think I gave it about 10 more days on the double dose. I was still experiencing just like really high anxiety, like shaking, like not able to control my anxiety like I usually am, or at least hide it. So she told me that, you know, it was time to switch off. Then she put me on Wellbutrin. Bupropion is a serotonin agonist. Zoloft and Lexapro are SSRIs, which is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. They actually allow more serotonin to be in your bloodstream because they don't allow the serotonin to be reabsorbed. And then what I am on now is Wellbutrin, and that is actually a stimulant. It was actually originally for helping people quit smoking. So it is one that you have to take in the morning because you will be up all night if you take it before bed. And I love it. I think I found the one. It has been such a long road, and I am so like frustrated and done with trying out different medications to help depression. And honestly, like when I was on Lexapro, which was my 3rd one that I tried, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm just gonna get off of everything and I'm just gonna let the cards fall as they may. I got on Wellbutrin, and it was seriously like 2 days in, I felt like I haven't felt in years and years. Like, I felt so good. I felt happy in my body. I felt confident. I didn't feel like I was, you know, sleeping all the time. I absolutely love it. Like, a little bit about what Wellbutrin does is it plays on your dopamine receptors and your norepinephrine. It doesn't really have very much to do with serotonin, which apparently I didn't actually need. It helps a lot, like a lot. I have been liking my job more. I have been feeling more motivated. excited about different things. Like, I have not felt the feeling of excitement since Buse Bar was working. So that was like 4 or 5 months ago, and I'm just like, I don't know, I feel so much better. And I've only been on it for a week, so we'll see. So we had to cross titrate, is what they call it, where you come off of, I was on Lexapro last, so you come off of the Lexapro at the same time you're building up to the Wellbutrin. And she actually just started me at the full dose of Wellbutrin. She said that was fine, but I'm slowly coming off of the Lexapro. I feel amazing. I will let you guys know later if I still feel amazing. With all new medications, I always go through this thing where like it kind of upsets my stomach for like a day, and then I got a headache like 2 days in, and then it was nothing, like no side effects. I don't know if I've just taken so many drugs by now, like my body's just like, I'm not really gonna worry about the side effects. So I didn't really experience any side effects from this. It did bring up a lot of stuff from psychosis. Like, I really realized how much that impacted me. Like, I was diagnosed with PTSD after that, you know, just a lot of flashbacks, anxiety, panic attacks, you know, all that good stuff. Because Wellbutrin made me feel so good, I was really scared I was going to slip into psychosis again, because that was how it started last time. I wasn't sleeping. I mean, I'm sleeping on Wellbutrin, that's fine. I wasn't sleeping, and I started feeling really elated and really excited about everything, and then I just kind of lost my mind one day at a time. So I was really anxious. I called my boyfriend, and I was just like, hey, you know, these are the markers to look out for. This is what happened last time with psychosis. I actually told him, I was just like, you know, because I'm a little woo-woo anyway. I told him, I was just like, it's okay for me to be like Matthew McConaughey crazy, but like if I start getting like Shia LaBeouf crazy, like, you know, stop me, call somebody. I still feel, you know, pretty baseline Matthew McConaughey crazy, but Shia LaBeouf is still like way out there. Another thing is, I was really sad that feeling joy still scares me. When I feel pure elation, I get scared that I'm gonna go crazy again. Like, I think that's just part of it. I think I just had such an intense experience with that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch my psychosis video. I talk about it, bullet points. It's not something that I really like to, you know, super talk about, but I did for your benefit. So it's there if you wanna see it. But yeah, I will let you guys know how this goes. I have a follow-up appointment with my doctor exactly 1 month after I started this medication, so we'll see how I'm doing, what she says, all that good stuff. I should be completely off Lexapro by the end of the week, so woohoo. Another thing it was doing was, I'm pretty sure it gave me acne. That was like the only thing that changed, and it was like, I had breakouts, and I like never have breakouts, so it was kind of dumb. Now I look forward to taking my Wellbutrin. I always take it with breakfast, and it's like, I'm so excited to take it because I know it's gonna make me feel so good. The energy from it, like the stimulant effect, is usually worn off by like 8 p.m. and then I sleep like a baby, and then I wake up the next morning feeling fully rested and really happy, and then I take it with breakfast, and it's like, it usually kicks in, I don't know, probably an hour after I take it, and I get this like rush of motivation, and I'm like really excited about everything, and I absolutely love it. I hope it doesn't change too much how I feel now, you know, compared to like how I feel on it later, because I just honestly feel so good. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, watching my journey. I just so appreciate you guys, all your comments that you're leaving about what you're on, how it affects you, like all that stuff. I so appreciate it. And I think other people watching appreciate it too, because they can watch my video and then they can go down and read the comments and see what everybody else has to say. So it's like, you're not just talking to me, you're like talking to everybody watching this. So like, I love it when people leave comments for that very reason. So thank you for all the comments you're leaving. And I hope you guys are doing good. And if you guys have any like requests for videos or anything like that, let me know. You can either request them in the comments here or you can bump over to my Instagram. It's just same as my YouTube channel, just my name, Tori Brame, and you can let me know if you want to see a video on something or whatever. I have a ton of videos that I'm really excited to do, but if somebody requests one, I usually bump it to the front of the line just so that you guys can get whatever you're looking for. I hope you guys are good, and I will talk to you next time.